right, for this next problem, I want to know what is the probability that each of the numbers 1 through 6 appear in 6 consecutive die rolls. Okay, it's important to note that I'm not asking you to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. What it's asking is that each of the numbers 1 through 6 appear. So, I've got some dice right here. Let's say first I roll a 3, and then I could roll a 2. Well, this might actually work. And then I could roll a 4, and then I could roll a 5, and then I could roll a 6, and then I could roll a 1, right? I have completed our objective. In 6 rolls of a dice, I got each of the numbers 1 through 6 to appear, okay? So how could we calculate this? Well, let's think about our first die roll. In our first die roll, I'm just picking our first number, right? That first number could be a 3, or it could be 4, 5, 6, or 2, right? It could be any of the first 6 numbers. So I would have 6 over 6. Next, how many choices do I have left? Let's say I do roll a 3. Well, now I only have left 1, 2, maybe I should write this out better, guys. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as my choices when I roll a die. So let's go hypothetical, right? Let's follow my dice roll that I rolled right here. So I roll a die and I get a 3. I had 6 choices for my first, and it just so happens I rolled a 3. Well, how many choices are left now for my second dice roll? I could roll a 1, 2, 4, 5, or 6. So I've got 5 out of 6 options, and then I rolled a 2. That left me with 4 options, right? I could roll 1, 4, 5, 6. I don't care that they're in numerical order. I just care that they all show up. So that would be 4, 6. I've got 4 out of my 6-sided die. Next, I'm going to roll a 5. Okay, so that means I've got 3 choices left. Can you see the pattern here? After I roll my 6, I've got 2 choices left. After I roll my 4, I've got 1 choice left. That's why this is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6 factorial over 6 to the 6th. Now let's do another similar problem to this one, and also problem 24. So the first thing I want us to think about is what is the probability of getting 4 different numbers when rolling a dice 4 times? Next is we're going to calculate what are the odds. So I need to roll a dice 4 times, and I want to get 4 different numbers, okay? So let's say I roll a dice. It doesn't matter which number I get. So I've got 6 out of 6 choices, and I roll a 3. Okay, now how many choices do I have left for this second one? I can't roll a 3. I could roll a 1, a 2, a 4, a 5, or a 6. And I roll a 6. So that means I had 5 out of 6 choices. Next, I can't roll a 3 or a 6, but I could roll a 1, a 2, a 4, or 5. So I've got 4 different choices. And I roll a 5. So I had 4 different choices and I rolled a 5. Now, for this next one, I can't roll a 3, 6, or 5. My only options are 1, 2, or 4. And I actually rolled a 4, so that worked. Okay, so this is going to help us calculate the probability. So I've got 360 over 6 to the 4th, which is 1296, and this simplifies down to 5 out of 18. So 5/18 is the probability. Question 24 asks us, what are the odds of getting 4 different numbers when rolling a dice 4 times? So the first thing you have to do in calculating the odds is you have to calculate the probability. And what odds are is the probability of your event occurring over the probability of your event not occurring. So we just calculated the probability of my event occurring, which is 5/18. What's the probability of my event not occurring? So let's call this event A. What if I want to find the probability of A complement? Well, that's going to be, remember that the probability of A and A complement are added together. Their sum is 1. So I'm going to take 1 minus the probability of A. So 1 minus 5/18, and that gives me 13/18. So now I have 5/18 divided by 13/18. Remember when we're dividing by fractions, we keep the first fraction the same. We change from division to multiplication, and we flip the second fraction. We can see that these 18s are going to cancel. So I get 5/13, and we read this, the odds are 5 to 13. Let's do another problem involving odds, because I don't think I spend a lot of time in the video discussing them, and they're good to know and be able to understand. So what are the odds of getting doubles when rolling a dice 2 times? So if you guys remember from the videos and the PowerPoint, the odds of rolling doubles is 1/6. But let's go ahead and calculate that. So I've got 2 choices. I roll my die. I roll a 3. Wow, I really like rolling 3s first today. So I had 6 out of 6 choices, right? But now, how many choices do I have for my second if I want to get a double? I only have 1 choice. And that choice is a 3. So I've got 1 out of 6. That leaves me 6/36, which is 1/6. Okay, so this is the probability of doubles. If I want to calculate the odds, I need to know the probability of doubles over the probability of not doubles. Well, the probability of doubles is 1/6. So my complement to rolling doubles, which is the same as the probability of not doubles, I can't spell, equals 1 minus 1/6, so I'm left with 5/6. So now I have 1/6 divided by 5/6. That's going to be 1/6 times 6/5. My 6's cancel. I get 1/5. So the odds are 1 to